Go live on everything like that and like that. Get the tags on this shit, and then we're gonna cook. Don't worry, and then we're gonna cook. And everything. There we go. That's good. There we go. That's good.
Damn
That's
tired, bro.
tired.
hmm
Oh, don't worry. We're gonna fly, bro. We're gonna fly. Look, you're the first one here. We don't even need anybody else. What's good, chat? What's good, man? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. What is good? What is
Yo,
good? What is good?
what's up, Chad? How we doing?
Shout out the homies, man. Look, the homies are all here, dude. The homies are all here. This late? Don't get Preston started.
Chad, the hard thing about having a podcast with three people in three different time zones is getting a time that works for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, no matter what, one of us is sacrificing a time. Either Alex gets on super early or I get on super late. Today, Alex asked us to do about a podcast at about 8 PST, which is 11 my time, and just texted us a couple minutes saying he's not going to make it. So
Yeah.
here we are.
Yeah, so it's gonna be the two of us tonight, chat. We're gonna do the pod. We're gonna go through our pick'ems. We're gonna do a little tier list. We're gonna make this like a nice, 40-minute show. Probably. I'll upload the VOD with timestamps tonight, so people can watch it throughout the night into the morning. And then Alex potentially is gonna hop on tomorrow before the watch party to yap with me. So if you want to hear what Alex has to say, pick'ems and all that good shit, hopefully he'll be there. But yeah, it's a little unfortunate tonight. Alex was late into work, said around this time he'd be good, and then he was like, actually, boys, I'm not gonna be ready for like another hour and a half probably. And we were like, damn, Preston's got to go to work tomorrow. It's already 11 o'clock. So we're just gonna start, chat. We're just gonna start. We're just gonna get this popping. We're gonna yap, and we're gonna keep this relatively quick. So hopefully you guys are ready. Drop a like on the stream. And I mean, Preston, you good? I'll run the intro. You're muted.
Yeah, man, let's get it.
Let's get it. All right, I'm running the intro chat. Not a new intro, unfortunately. Not a new intro chat. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. What's good, Call of Duty fans, and welcome back to Around the CDL, where tonight we're doing it up once again. This guy Alex is in the absolute work blender. Preston is staying up until the early morning hours to do this show with us, man. Absolute grinder. But chat, we hope you guys are doing good. We're gonna do a little pick'ems, do a little tier list, keep this one pretty condensed. But Preston, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm happy to be here as always. It's another week where we're doing it up, man. Alex
Mm-hmm.
is trust me, I've been there. I know what it's like to be busy at work. It's not ideal. So guy's a grinder, guy's getting through the work blender, but
Yeah.
we still got to put a show on for you guys. So
Mm-hmm.
here we are. We're putting on a duo show yet again. Gonna be a quick one, but it's better than nothing. Hopefully Alex is back next week. A little bit of some balance here in the
Yeah.
next week for him to come his way. But yeah, I'm happy to be here as always.
Yeah, he is the real part-timer though. So part-timer emotes in the chat for Alex, man, because that's just that guy. But let's get into it, man. I mean, there's really one big thing I want to talk about in terms of last week, and that is, of course, Optic Texas took on the LA Thieves, and it was the upset that many Optic fans thought would come through. I mean, obviously, we have to talk about this. Me being a Thieves fan, you guys being Optic fans, this being a big upset. I mean, Preston, from your perspective, I mean, what were your thoughts on this series and like kind of what's going on with Optic? They lost 2 of their last 3.
Yeah, couple things. One, I think I'm taking entire blame on this series. I was coming home from hockey. I missed map 1 and was able to watch the next 3 maps. So I think it's entirely my fault that they lost this series.
Mm,
The map that I did not watch, we won, and the maps that I did watch,
it's your
we
fault.
lost.
It's your fault.
So Greenwall, it's entirely on me. I'll take that on the chin. Um, in all seriousness, I made a tweet saying that I'd rather them lose early in the season. I think it's better that they lose now versus just absolutely running through everyone. A lot of people agreed with that statement. I think that's a very valid way to think. However, some people did make some valid points saying, well, it could end up like last year. And it could. I mean, I guess it could. It totally could be deja vu and they could end up being absolutely ass. But I think this is just they're a little bit behind the 8 ball right now, maybe haven't fully adapted to the new game yet. I'm not sure what it is. I mean, Shotzi and Hook are struggling, that's for
Yeah.
sure. So, Shotzi more than Hook, but both of them are struggling in a game where subs are, pretty important. So, um, that's definitely a factor. I saw somebody I actually think it was like Rambo maybe, said it was time for Shots to pull out an AR more. He thinks it might help his pacing, might
Mhm.
help him feel a little bit more comfortable on the map. I don't know, but this is some of the worst COD I've seen Shotzi play, and that's why my tweet was kinda steered in that direction. I think this is some of the worst COD we've seen him play, and they're still, they're 4-2,
Mhm.
and their 2 losses have been to, granted, a struggling LAT, and FaZe, who look really good. So
Yep.
it's not like they're losing to like shit stained
They
teams.
play Ravens tomorrow, so we're gonna see what happens.
We'll see, we'll
Exceed's
see.
coming, man. Exceed is coming. Pause.
But this is we talked about it last week. This was probably the most we joked around a little bit, but in all seriousness, Kenny plays good against Optic, and if there was a series that Kenny was gonna fucking dominate, it just so happened to be this one. I mean,
Mhm.
it was like it's a tale as old as time that he just saves his fucking best series for against Optic, and that was another one that we saw this past weekend.
Facts. Yeah. I mean, dude, listen, a lot. There was a good bit. The only people that, at least in my experience, the only people that thought Optic was going to lose this one was Optic fans. I don't really think I saw many Thieves fans actually predicting us to come away with this win, but they did it, man. I mean, Kenny was just fucking frying, bro. Like, he was just like tapped in, like going for kills, doing his thing. In the map one, he went +9, 4K damage, 102 seconds in the hill. I mean, the SND, he aced round one, which was just insane. Most damage, most kills. Map 3, I mean, was frying. Map 4, he had a -1, but like, obviously, you win the map. Who really cares? The big thing for me is obviously is going to be how long do we keep this up, right? Is Kenny going to play a 1.28 through every single series for the rest of the season? Absolutely not, right? Nobody's going to do that. Let alone Ken, who's coming off a rough last year. But maybe this is the up and up where they're gelling as a team, the vibes are back, the confidence is back, and like they can just kind of do their jobs, right? Like everyone can take turns popping off, frying. Scrap's going to always be doing his thing, laying down damage. Hydra and Abizi are still sorting out the game as a new sub duo, and subs always take a little bit longer to adjust. And as long as Kenny can hold his own, I think this team's in a pretty good spot, man. I know obviously last week or like a week, whatever it was, I was saying they should just bring in Neum. I think a lot of people were. And I mean, as of right now, it looks like maybe we're wrong. Maybe Kenny and this team is figuring it out. Who really knows? And I hope that's the case. I do think also, like you mentioned about, I guess Rambo said, shots you should pull out the AR more. Abizi had the AR out a lot versus Optic, and it was working great. I mean, a lot of these maps definitely cater to more ARs. Some of the maps, it might even be a 4 AR type of map, but definitely, definitely a good thing to see a BZ pulling out that AR and like maybe just slowing it down a little bit, letting the game come to him and kind of just letting Hydra go to work and like take his routes and, be ratty and do what he wants to do. And a BZ just taking his time, getting kills. It worked out well, man. The teamwork was better. The overload looked fantastic in comparison to what it looked like. They were like the worst overload team in the game. They were scoring left and right, bro. I don't know what I was watching Prime Barcelona over here with that LA team, man. These guys were wrapping ball. They were blocking. I mean, these guys looked like the Tom Brady led Patriots too. I mean, these guys are going crazy. So it was good to see, man. It was good to see the confidence and the vibes. They were smiling before the series. They were smiling during it, and they were smiling after it. Obviously, because they won. If they lost, I'm sure they wouldn't have been smiling anymore. But this is just what I want to see, man. I want to keep seeing these improvements. And this weekend, they go up against Boston, who's probably like a middle of the pack team, a little bit towards the bottom end, I would say, and a Ravens who's like a middle of the pack but coming up towards the top. They got like some good teams, especially because Boston always has Steve's number, ever since Scrap and Hydra joined. So I'm excited to get into our Pickems, but I'm happy that LAT looked better.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely look better. That exposure overload was ridiculous. I mean,
Hmm.
you guys had momentum the entire time. It didn't feel like anything was going right optics way. Even if even when we got that point, it didn't even because you guys answered literally right after.
Yeah.
So that was just an absolute clinical map at LAT. Um, what I did want to say is note on your Abizi, he did look much more comfortable with the AR out. And I wanted to say something else, and it just entirely slipped my mind
Oh.
what I wanted to say. Oh, I don't know if it's just because it's Major One and they're trying to get better at it, or they're practicing. I don't know what it is. But sometimes we hear the things of, well, we're playing this map well in scrims, and it's just not translating the
Mhm.
matches. The scrims that we've watched Optic play, they're dog shit on Scar, and they insist on playing Scar. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it's just because it's Major One that they're trying to get as many reps as
Yeah.
possible in case Scar stays the entire season, because they can't use the excuse that they're doing well in scrims because they're
We know
fucking
that's
not.
not
They're
true. Yeah.
terrible on that map. They are just flat out awful. They are the worst P2 team on that map. I've never seen them win a P2 on that map a single time. A
Hmm.
single time. And LAT, I swear to God, probably had 100 seconds on that Scar HP on P2 and low. P2 low. I don't know the actual math, but it's got to be
I
close.
mean,
Has to be.
they got 40 on the first P2, and then what? P3, P4, P5, P1, P2. They got another 35 on the second P2. So
Okay,
yeah, I mean,
75 points.
they were getting most of the points. Yeah, it wasn't really
Right.
close.
So I don't know what it is. And somebody I didn't even think about it. More funny than anything because it's not really the same, but I mean it is. Someone said maybe that's why they're so bad at Scar S and D two because the prominent bomb site is BS or is P2.
Yeah, yeah,
I said, hey, maybe it's just that area of the map. But God, dude, it's just they don't know how to play that map.
yeah,
So I'm just gonna go ahead and say that maybe it's just maybe it's just for reps. But
yeah.
this to me, this series was a sure sign that listen, Merc's gonna have some series where he's not just absolutely carrying. Like
Yeah.
he's human. He's literally human. So you guys got to get your shit together, or it's gonna be some tough times because they've struggled the last three matches.
Yeah.
Two losses in three matches.
Yeah, facts. I definitely think they're totally just playing maps and getting reps in, right? I mean, FaZe played Rocker on Kremp Losses and Blackheart, two mixy ass hardpoint maps where Rocker thrive in those situations because their team has pace and they have Gunny, and that's the maps they've been best at. So I think the good teams are going to map test. You know what I mean? They're definitely going to try and figure it out. I just think similar things we've been saying about LAT. I think the Optic sub duo needs to kind of keep working on it, getting it better. This was also a rough series out of Dashy specifically on both exposures. He was getting cooked on both exposures. So I don't know if it was just a bad day. I mean, he went -10 on both of them, map 1 and map 3, right? So it happens. And again, for Merc, I mean, he had a great map 1. Honestly, the Optic probably gets 3-0'd if it wasn't for Merc in map 1 because this guy was going insane. But it's gonna happen, dude. It just goes to show that nobody is invincible in Call of Duty. The games just do not have a skill gap large enough anymore for that to be the case. There's gonna be times where Optic or FaZe or Thieves might go on 10, 15, streaks of wins, but you know what I mean? We're not in like BO3 where there's just like high skill gap anymore. Now it's like you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose here and there. You're gonna have bad maps, bad series here and there. So the league is very competitive right now. Very, very competitive, which is why I think we should do our tier list. Which is, I think, why we
Sure.
should get into our tier list because I don't remember. Did we make this tier list? The one I have on screen. This is the tier. This is the last tier list I had saved from this
Yeah,
template.
this was after Monster Invitational.
Yes, it was after the Monster Invitational. So, I
Yeah.
mean, we're obviously going to give this a full reset, and we're going to update it again. And I'm thinking, let me hit a rest the reset button. Reset. I'm thinking what we do here is we kind of go like contenders as our top tier.
hmm
Contenders. That doesn't fit. We'll just say
Just
win.
put Sunday. Okay.
Oh yeah, we'll say Sunday. Sunday, we'll say like borderline, I guess.
Yeah.
Mid and then we'll just say no chance. Those will be the tiers. What do we think? Do we think 4 tiers is good? Do we think we need the 5th?
No, I don't think we need the 5th.
All right, there we go. So we'll do a little something like this. So you got like your Sunday teams, you got your borderline teams. No chances above that. Yep, I just switched.
Yeah,
on
you
myself.
should switch. Yeah,
You got your
yeah,
mid teams, and you got your teams with absolutely no chance, and you got Brad Pitt
Yeah.
at the bottom, bro. So let's just rip it, man. Let's rip it. We'll start with the Ravens, right? We're obviously gonna do our pick'ems after this, so we'll get into like kind of who we think's gonna win and thinking about maybe who's gonna be in winners bracket. But the Ravens are 3-0 since they picked up Exceed.
What an interesting way to start, huh? What an
Yeah.
interesting way to start. Because where do you place these guys? Honestly, I mean, you gotta go borderline, right? Now, are we gonna make it like actually organized?
No, we don't have to organize within the tiers.
Okay, so just throw them in borderline.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is actually that I wanna just pop a look at this.
Unless
real
we
quick.
think like it's just like a honeymoon period and they'll be ass again here
See,
shortly.
the thing that I want to look at is, I mean, their wins are over Heretics, G2, and Koi. And I know Heretics have been
that
kind
Koi
of
win was good, dude.
Heretics have been kind of eh. They're still a solid team. G2 has also been kind of eh, but they're still a solid team. And the Koi win's a good win.
The Koi win was a good win.
So like,
It was a good win.
I think borderline makes sense. Like, do I really think they're gonna go to LAN and they're gonna like win an event? Probably not. I would like to think that some of these other top teams are going to be better than them on LAN, but based on just strictly what we've seen, I mean, I don't know, bro. They're a borderline team to make Sunday. That's how I'm looking at that. That's how I'm looking at that tier right there. Is like borderline Sunday.
Yeah, I would not put them in Sunday, and I think they're better than mid. So I don't know where else I would put them other than borderline.
Yeah, I mean, we could add more tiers, but I don't think we need to. Next up, we got the Heretics, who
they're mid.
they're just probably mid right now. I say it every time. I think they're going to sort it out as the season progresses. And they did go 2-0 this past weekend, but I mean, if it wasn't for Super just fucking clutching an SND and Overload, I mean, who knows what happens in their series versus Surge?
Yeah, I mean, I think they looked better this weekend than they have all season. But they still, to me, have been disappointing. I expected a little bit more out of them this year, considering how well last year was. And granted, it's a new team, but it's not like that. It's a one-player swap. It's not like you're changing half of your team. I expected maybe a little bit more of a plug and play here. So I think they're quite literally the definition of mid now. But I do expect this team to gradually get better. I really do. Especially if Super figures it out. I mean, the guy looked really good this weekend. So last weekend.
Then we got G2 Minnesota, who is like, dude, they're just like they just keep going game 5s, and like, I mean, they beat FaZe, but they lost 3 game 5s before that, and obviously in a loss to Optic, a win versus C9. They're just mid, bro. They're just mid.
They're literally mid.
They're like, they're going to win some series that you don't expect them to, and then they're going to lose. They're like Boston. Like, they're going to lose series that they shouldn't lose. They just...
Yeah, I mean, we talked about these guys needing to be good in S&D, and they haven't won a game 5 all year, so... Well, they won one.
They won the first one, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I mean, the only reason they beat FaZe... The only reason they beat FaZe is because Skies was going crazy. Skies finally had like a good series.
Yeah, and they're not good enough of a team to consistently win both hard points. You gotta fix your search. If this team's gonna be borderline, they gotta fix their search.
They gotta really get their. They were the worst Overload team before last weekend. They obviously beat FaZe in it, but that's another thing too. Like they gotta figure out they gotta get their Nezlo maps a little better.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, then we got C9. They have no chance.
God, yeah, no.
These guys are terrible.
That doesn't even need an explanation. I mean, we knew this team was going to be fucking terrible.
Yeah, you were pretty low on these guys the entirety of the preseason.
This is like, let's just throw shit at a wall and see if it sticks. Yeah, it might stick, but what the fuck are you going to get other than shit at a wall? That's all this team is. That's literally what this team is.
Yeah, they're just like, you need Afro or Mac to just have like a 1.5 to like win a series. And it's just not going to happen regularly for them. They got to make changes, bro. I don't think C9 will, because they're one of the more budget franchises, despite having a big name. But yeah, dude, these guys are not very good.
They're going to pick up a rookie halfway through the season, and that rookie is going to struggle to get another league spot because he's going to come in and get his ass fucking waxed because this team composition is absolutely terrible. Terrible.
Yeah. All right, now we get to the Gentlemates. See, this is where it starts to get interesting because if we're gonna, I feel like at most we can only have 4 teams in Sunday because only 4 teams can make Sunday, right? If we even have 4 teams, we might have less than 4 because of how close everything is. So are Gentlemates a Sunday team or are they a borderline team?
Christ.
Because the Gentlemates are what, 3-2?
How recency biased are we being?
I mean, we're just kind of just rocking with it right now. Hey,
Shout
Coop
out
with a
around the
$10 super
CDL for
chat.
getting on the YouTube feature.
We're on the YouTube featured page. Let's go. Yo, Coop, thank you for the
Coop.
10, bro.
W
W's in the
Coop.
chat, man.
Well,
W's in the
how
chat.
recency biased are we being? Like, are we saying like, holy shit, LAT is back, or are we saying like LAT still has a lot of work to do?
It's up to us. It's up to us what
Because
we want
that to
to.
me depends on what I do with this team.
It's up to us what we think. I mean, I'll tell you what I think about LAT, even though they're last. I think we can't just assume they're back after one game.
I would put Mates in Sunday.
I think that's where I was leaning to, is Mates and Sunday.
Okay. All right.
I think, listen, again, we said this, we've been saying this since the roster was announced. This team is going to fluctuate in their consistency. They are going to lose when you don't think they should, and they're going to win, and they're going to win dominantly at times. They definitely are just the players on this team. They're going to have a low floor and a high ceiling, and more often than not, they're probably going to play well, but they're not always going to win. And, you know, we've had a couple of those series already for them this season where they lost. Maybe they shouldn't have, but I still do think they're one of the teams I'm more confident in as of right now, I'd say.
Yeah, they just scare me in terms of their ice, their mental fortitude, because they have 2 players that are known for having terrible attitudes, uh, Ghosty and Sib, and being really bad losers. And when momentum shifts, man, that could get ugly. And then, like we talked about Neptune getting fucking 4-0'd in finals 3 separate times last
Mm-hmm.
year. I mean, that's got to kill somebody's mental as well. The only one that's probably got a pretty solid mental is Dill. When this team's frying, this team's going to fry.
Yeah.
But if something goes wrong in a series, I have a hard time seeing how this team remains steadfast. I really do.
Yeah. Yeah. They're an interesting roster to watch throughout the season because, I mean, I've been saying I wouldn't be surprised if they get a T12 and they win an event this season. I think they'll do both. I just feel like that's just the epitome of what they got.
Fair.
But all right, then we got the Riyadh Falcons, who have not. They're on a 4-game win streak, currently the largest win streak in the league. Just having taken down the Gentlemates this most recent weekend. Are they a Sunday team right now, or are they a borderline team still?
Me personally, I would put them borderline. I know they've won series in a row. I know that they're kind of hot right now. They're technically the number 1 seed at the current time. I get that. To me, I just think that they're going to be borderline. I want to believe in this team. I really do. I really do. I just don't know how it's going to be on a consistent basis. That being said, we got some players that play consistently pretty well on LAN on this team. And
Yeah.
Kismet tends to level up on LAN as well. So I'll be interested to see. Major One is going to tell me a lot about this team.
About
It's
every
going to tell
team.
me a lot. Yeah. Well, yes, but like more importantly, like there's specific teams that you'll be able to you'll sniff out like, okay, so these guys are frauds or these guys are like legit. This is one of those teeter-totter teams for me. If they go and get absolutely fucking piss slammed, I'm like, okay, so these guys are exactly what we all expected. But if they go and fucking fry and somehow make winners finals, we're like, whoa, all right, these guys might be legit.
Yeah, it's fair. I think I'm kind of just like between borderline and Sunday. Honestly, I think either one is reasonable. If you really are like, hey, these last 4 games, they've looked good. They deserve to be a top 4 team, make that Sunday tier. I think that's reasonable. But I also think there is that like creep of doubt of like, how are they going to be on LAN? Like, you know, like Xnid's only won like 1 series on LAN so far in his career. Like, is any pressure going to get to him? Although he does have teammates that tend to step up on land. I think we could put him in borderline. I do also feel like some of the teams are so close that like they feel very interchangeable just depending on like the individual person and like maybe who you believe in a little more. You know what I mean? Like if you're just a big
Mhm.
like if you just really like Pred or Celium, you're probably gonna have Falcons, let's say, in Sunday. If you really like Dan Ghosty, you're gonna have Gentlemates in Sunday. Like, but I think any of them are reasonable.
I'll put it to you this way: if someone came to me and said the Falcons should be in Sunday, I'm not going to disagree.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just, in my opinion, I would put them borderline. Now, if we were going in order, they'd be my first borderline team, I think. Um,
Yeah, they're definitely T5 for sure.
yeah.
I mean, I have them
So, but
third in my power rankings right now, but
we'll see. Only time will
yeah.
tell.
All right, then we got FaZe Vegas. Do you still have faith in them after a loss to the G2 boys?
Yeah, I think I think they're Sunday.
Yeah.
Not only because of Simp, but um, like you said earlier, I think that was more just a like, let's test some speed here. Play G2 on two of the maps that they should be better at. They
Hmm.
won Blackheart, so that was pretty cool. But um, G2 are just disgusting on Colossus, dude. They are disgusting. They got
G2
that
is
map figured
just
out.
yeah. I mean, it's cramp losses for a reason. They just have so much pace. I feel like, and dude, I mean, Kremp is just a walking two piece.
Yeah.
Like it's just definitely like these guys be cooking.
The S&D was surprising to me, I think. The S&D was surprising. Um, but besides that, um, like you said, G2 won an overload, which was interesting as well. That was maybe like a bad map out of phase.
Yeah.
But I think if you run that series back in a simulation 100 times, phase probably win at 85.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I was gonna say probably like
it,
90.
yeah, it just so happens that that was one of the 10 or 15 that went G2's way. So it
Facts.
happens. I, I
Facts.
I don't think it's too much to lean into.
Mm. All right, and we got your boys, Optic Texas. 2 out of the last 3, they have caught the L for the first time in a while. For the first time since they had Merc, it's probably that they've had that, really.
Hmm.
You still think they're Sunday?
Yeah, I still think they're Sunday. I would go towards the bottom of Sunday.
That's fair.
They got a lot to show. But I mean, at the end of the day, these guys are still disgusting. I just think two rough series. A lot of work to do with the sub duo.
Mhm.
I only up from here. Hopefully, hopefully it doesn't get much worse. That would suck. But I think this team will be fine. They'll figure it out. I trust that coaching staff and individual talent level on that team is skyrocketed. So
Yeah.
they'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, they won the last 2 lands. They would have
Yeah.
won. They won champs and EWC. Obviously, different game, different circumstances, different opponents. But I think we'd be crazy to not have them in the Sunday tier right now.
And like I said, their losses are FaZe and LAT. Now, granted, LAT was struggling, but still two very prestigious teams
Mhm.
that their losses are to. So, um, if you're gonna have two losses in a split and you're gonna say that they're FaZe and LAT, I think you'd be okay with that. You'd take that on the chin.
Yeah. All right, we got Surge. No chance. These guys, even
Yeah,
after the roster change, they're still ass.
I and I don't want to feel like I'm beating a dead horse, man, but what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? How many times do we have to recycle players in the league and realize that it's done, man? I no disrespect to Tej, but goodness
Tej has
gracious,
actually
this
been
guy
pretty decent, to be fair,
he
but
has. He has, but what is he gonna do to that team?
yeah.
He's not gonna help I mean, he helps their floor. Okay, he helps their floor, but their floor
I
was
mean,
already the fucking pits of hell.
to be fair, nobody thought Exceed was going to do what he does on the Ravens. So it is like
Yeah,
you can't count him out completely, but I understand why, a guy who's been in the league for the last 8 years in and out is kind of counted a little more, maybe.
but Exceed's been in the league like twice, man. Teach
Yeah.
has been in the league every year on different teams.
Yeah.
I mean, you would think like it's
No, no,
time
I
to
agree.
move on. this team's a catastrophe to begin with. Take a chance on another young guy. What's it hurt? You're not going to go anywhere anyway. You're not making champs.
You're already
So
last, so you can't go any
yeah.
lower. You're not going to get relegated. We don't have that in the CDL.
And if you're sitting there thinking, well, we use him for his veteranship, well, I don't know. I can't take this team seriously right now. I just can't.
Yeah, I mean, they might as well drop the whole roster, pick up Notorious, who just won Challengers in NA. Just pick up the full Awakening, Geo, Yuli, 2 real team. And just go for it. It's ex-pros, so maybe you're not going to have much success, but you literally can't get worse. You're already dead last. Then we got the Boston Breach. Mid? Or no chance?
They might be no chance, man.
You think?
We can go end of mid. I like them over C9, even though C9 just beat them. We can go.
I mean, we could do no chance. The thing is with Boston is.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. They beat C9. I was looking at that wrong.
The thing is with Boston is they have like no chance, but they're gonna they're gonna end up getting top 6 at Major 1. Like, just watch. Like, that's just what's gonna happen, right? Like, they realistically have no chance, but they just somehow figure out a way to just win series that like they shouldn't have. Like, we're gonna put them in no chance, and they're gonna beat LAT this weekend, and then we're gonna get clipped.
I would put them at we should organize this as best we can, and I would put them at the back of mid. I would put them at the back.
I mean, if we organize this, what would you do? I think that's probably pretty good. What I just did.
That's pretty good. I wouldn't change much more than that. Bang. That's what I would do.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a little organized. It's not. Don't please. If anyone's listening or watching, the exact spots aren't the deepest, but it's a general.
Yeah. Now this is hard. You want to talk about hard? This is hard.
This is. I mean, this is like are both of these teams just borderline? Does one of these teams get the Sunday nod? Because Koi 3-0'd LAT. Right?
Yeah, but then people are going to be like, well, LAT just beat Optic.
But LAT beat Optic. LAT beat FaZe. LAT beat Falcons. But they also lost 2 Gentlemates and Koi. LAT has had like the hardest schedule out of every team. But they also didn't have a map win in the last 2 series until this past weekend versus Optic.
I think right now, as of today, I would give the slight Sunday edge to Koi.
Damn!
Just a slight Sunday edge to Koi. That being said, my opinion will probably change very soon. However,
I hope so.
We texted each other the second after that Optic and LAT series, and we said, this could either be really good or really bad for LAT. There is no in between. This is either catastrophically terrible or the step in the right direction that they need, because this is Kenny playing better, or this was just a facade and it's going to elongate the process of them making a necessary roster change. So we'll see. I don't know what it is. That's going to be a time deferring factor here. We're going to have to see over the next couple matches. And for that reason, I think it's only safe to put them in borderline. What do you think?
No, I think that's fair. Honestly, I would have low-key been okay if we put them both in borderline. I don't want to be...
We can. Honestly, we can put Falcons in there over Core if you want. I don't care.
Wait a second.
We could switch Falcons and Koi if you want. I don't care.
Wait a second. Are we cooking? Hold on. I gotta look at the Falcons real quick.
To me, there's like 4 borderline teams. It's hard.
I mean, let's think about it. Let's look at the Falcons schedule, right? Their first 2 weeks, they lost. Most recently, they beat Ravens, who beat Koi. They beat Boston, they beat G2, and they beat Gentlemates.
Did they beat Slashers Ravens? Oh, they beat Slasher Ravens.
They beat Slasher Ravens, yes.
Okay, so that doesn't count.
And then for Koi lost the Ravens again, who we just said, I guess that's a different team. Yeah, you're right. They beat LAT. Koi lost to Vegas, and then they beat Surge and Heretics. So Falcons have definitely had a hard... Okay, well, we don't have to talk about that.
They slaughtered LAT.
Falcons definitely have had a harder schedule. Chat, I'm going to ask the chat. For anyone that's listening here live right now.
I'm good with that.
Who would you give the Sunday nod to? Would you give it to Koi, Falcons, or LAT, I guess, if you want to pick between those 3? If you
Yeah.
had to pick one of those teams to round out that top Sunday tier in the T4, would you go Koi, Falcons, or Thieves?
Exceeds Ravens might be a
Yeah,
dynasty.
he might be. It might be. I see Koi, Falcons, Koi, Koi. Zaner and Twitch said Falcons. So that's 3 for Koi, 4 for Koi, 2 for Falcons, 3 for Falcons. Ryan said LAT. Ambrose said none. We could say none as well.
We could say none, but that's not fun.
But also the thing is, like, Falcons are 4-2. Like, they just have the better record.
They do. They do. But
I mean, it's pretty split. I'd say there's probably a little bit more to Koi in chat.
4 up top is a lot. Chad, we think there's just 4 borderline teams, and those 3 on Sunday are good. All right, how many? Chat,
We
what's
could
our
do that.
line? Chat, what's our betting line for how many comments we get? Well, LAT just beat Optic. I'm setting it at 26. We're gonna set the line on
26.
Twitter. Yeah, because it's probably gonna get like probably 1,000 likes. I'm gonna say 26 comments saying, "Well, LAT just slammed Optic. So how are they below it? What we hitting the over or the under? I might slam the over.
I'm taking the under.
I don't think so. There's a lot of morons.
All right, so what do we think? Because the thing is, like, that I do want to make sure is clear. I mean, at least in my mind, the way we're doing this list is just not solely based on performance, or else it would just be the replica of the standings. This to me is like, what have we seen the last few weeks? Plus, kind of what do I feel like we're gonna get from them on land next week? Like,
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
thinking forward a little bit about this too, because we don't want to just replicate the standings. Honestly,
Preston,
dude,
GT just slam face. Does that make sense? Does that make Sunday? People were wait, hold on. Preston, G2 slam face. Does that mean they make Sunday? People are dumb. No, but that's exactly my point. So, somebody will probably comment that as well, because people don't use their heads.
yeah. I don't know. I think like having only 3 in Sunday is fine. I think having Koi or Falcons in Sunday is fine.
Dude, if we're having 3 in Sunday, I don't know if you put Optic in Sunday.
But the
They
thing is,
look
like, I don't know if anybody's in Sunday, bro. At that point, like, if this was like an S tier versus A tier, there might not be a single S tier team. There might be like 7 A tier teams if it was done like that. But based on the tiers we have,
yeah. It'd be funny if we did 7 borderline teams and not
oh,
a single
imagine
Sunday team.
nobody makes Sunday. All the teams forfeit on Saturday. I kind of think maybe we do that, bro. Maybe we do this.
I don't hate that. I really don't hate that.
I mean, if you were doing this tier list on your own,
Yeah.
what would you do? If Koi and Falcons played each other right now, who's gonna win?
I'm taking Koi, but I also can't like I'm struggling to find faith in that in that Falcons team. So, um,
I think
I
honestly, I
th-
kind of like
I think that's
this.
fair.
I
I
kind of
think that's
like
fair.
this. I
I
think
think
this
that's
is what we
fair.
rock with.
Okay. I'm just preparing. I'm mentally preparing myself for the people to comment because they will. It's inevitable.
Yeah. All right, let me just read it out for all of our audio listeners. We got FaZe, Mates, Optic, Sunday tier. Koi, Falcons, Thieves, Ravens, Borderline tier. Heretics, G2, Breach, mid tier. And then C9 Surge, no chance tier. Like, genuinely, the teams are all so close that if we did this tier list in the typical SABC, there would be a lot of like A, B tier teams, a couple teams in like the bottom. But I think doing it this way, it forces us up to kind of like almost give a little bit of a prediction. So it's not like super just like, all right, let's just throw everybody in the same tier because that's how close it is.
I think people are going to be a little like
They're going to be upset Optics in the top tier.
a little recent bias because Optic has struggled since the coming back from the break. But I mean, they are 4-2.
I mean, I'm down to put Optic in
And
mid tier because they look pretty mid recently.
they do. I'm not going to sit here and disagree.
No.
I mean,
I
if
think
they
this is
lose
fair.
this weekend, they definitely drop out of Sunday.
Yeah.
But
I think this is pretty good. I'm gonna post a screenshot on Twitter after this, and we'll see what the people think. But we got to get into our pick'ems. We got to get into our pick'ems. Last part of the show, week 5. I will say Alex is currently in first place by 2. He's 2 ahead of me, and then Preston, you're like 6 behind him.
Yeah,
So you got to lock in.
my last 2 weeks have been catastrophic. I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
I think I'm just cursed from Pickems, guys. It's over for me.
And if you want to make it even more interesting, I have no idea what Alex's pick'ems are this week. So we're going in the blind in terms of what he's picking right now. So we're just going to get it started. Ravens versus Optic. I mean, Ravens are in better form right now. Do we think they have the upset?
Huh.
I'm going Optic in a game 5. I think like they showed in the last week, they lost and then they bounced back super hard. I think this loss for Steve's, they're going to bounce back super hard again. I think Merck's going to tell Dashy it's unacceptable, and Dashy's going to drop a 1.4.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Optics 3-1. I like the way you think. I don't think they're gonna lose 2 series in a row. Um, this team traditionally with this players has, if they lost the series, they've played the next series pretty well. So I'd like to think that continues right here. They haven't stacked bad losses, so I'm hoping that trend continues. And this would be a pretty good feels good series for me, because if they get shit on, I'm starting to panic, as is a majority of the fan base.
Yeah.
If they come
Yeah.
in here and take care of business, maybe people will breathe a sigh of relief. Okay, bad days happen. So I'll take Optics 3-1.
Facts. All right, and we go to the second game. I mean, at least, again, it's only a 2-game Friday, which is ass, but at least these 2 games are pretty good. We got Gentlemates versus Koi, where right now it's 70% Gentlemates from the fan predictions. This one's tough, too. I mean, both these teams are coming off of losses this past weekend that want big bounce backs. They're both, top teams, right? I mean, based on our tier list, we have Gentlemates higher, but
Both of these series
I
are
will
hard
also
as
say
fuck to predict, man.
Kleenex got belted this past weekend, which I think is a big reason why they lost to Ravens. I think if Kleenex plays like the way Kleenex usually does, they have a chance to beat a lot of people. This is hard though. Chat, what do you guys got? Ravens, what's up? Gentlemates versus Koi.
I'm gonna go Gentlemates in a game 5. I think this one goes the distance, but I think Gentlemates get it done.
Dude, this is so tough for me because I feel like every time I pick Koi in a close game, they always sell my pick'em. But I know the one time I don't do it, they're going to win. But I'm gonna go with Gentlemates. I'm gonna go Gentlemates in a game 5. Koi's gonna win now, and Alex is probably gonna pick him, and I'm gonna lose the point. But I just think, again, like I said for Optic, I think they're gonna be pretty wanting to bounce back here. But I could see this going either way. I feel like this is a game 5 written all over it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, then we go to G2 versus Koi to start off Saturday, and I'm going to go Koi 3-1. I have them losing on Friday, so I'm going to have them bouncing back the next day with a win over G2.
How are losers in winter bracket looking like? Like, what needs to happen? Do we know? Has anybody tweeted that yet?
No, I don't think so. But I do think there's a chance that seven teams tie with a 4-3 record or a 5-2 record or something like that. Right now, it's like super close. Like the only 2 teams out of the question, I think, are Surge and C9. I think everybody else still has a potential chance at winner's bracket. And I think I also saw there's a good chance that a team with a winning record ends up in losers.
That would suck.
I don't know how likely that is, but I'm in a group chat where we're doing these challengers pick'ems, which, by the way, I'm pretty sure I finished top 10 in the challengers pick'ems for the elites. So shout out to me. But I think it was actually Joker, our guy Joker, who now works with Surge, who said that there's a chance that a winning team ends up in losers.
That would be criminal. I'm gonna go Koi.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Koi. I'm gonna go Koi 3-0. I think they get it done. I think they lose a close series on Friday and they come back and they bounce back pretty hard at G2's just expense. Couldn't think of the word.
Rip G2, man. Rip G2. All right, then we got Falcons versus C9. I'm going Falcons 3-0. C9 might win a map, maybe. But Falcons are better, bro. They're just better.
I'll go Falcons 3-1, but I don't think this will be particularly close. Maybe C9 steals the S&D.
Yeah, maybe. I don't put in enough 3-0s, so I'm trying to do that a little more. Then we get to the main event of Saturday, man. The main event on Saturday. Listen, look at the screen right now. Every other time LAT has played, they have 3-0'd the Boston Breach. The last time they played, they got 3-2'd. So if the trend continues, this should be a 3-0 for LA Thieves. Do we believe in that trend? The thing for me is like, bro, Snoopy just cooks LAT every time, bro. Snoopy's going to drop 1.2 in this series. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
But what are the other players going to give us? Because Cammy had a 0.6 and he had a 1.4 in his series this past weekend.
This to me just feels like the most obvious Kenny 0.7 for Boston to win.
Don't say that.
For Boston to win a close game 5.
Don't say that.
It really does. Because, he just came off of a high horse, absolutely slamming Optic, and he'll go into a shitty-ass Boston team and get his shit rocked. It's the most obvious read of all time. So because I'm saying that, I'm going to go LAT 3-1. I'm playing my own mind games and Pickems, and I'm going against what I'm thinking because, honestly, that probably is the better decision to do at this point.
Oh, man. The thing is, I want to pick LAT, and I'm going to. But it's just like, you just know what's going to happen, bro. This'll be one of those games. Boston will come away with a 3-2. They'll just sneak one out, Neslo or some shit. Or I'm going LAT 3-1, though. Whatever.
This is either an LAT slammage or a close Boston.
Dude, I almost want to put the 3-0, but I know the second I put 3-0, someone's going to come back and screenshot it after LAT loses, and it's just going to feel bad. So I'm going 3-1. Just for the sake of my sanity. All right, then we go to Sunday. We got the Heretics versus the Mates, which depends how Heretics play. It's their only match of the weekend, so they're practicing specifically with this game in mind, like game planning against the Gentlemates. I still got the Mates getting the win, though. I'm going to go with another Game 5. I'm going to say the Mates get 2 Game 5 wins this weekend on my Pickems.
I'm going to go with Miami with an upset here.
Oh, I thought about that too, bro. I don't mind it.
I'm going to go Miami. Game 5. I don't know. This is just this is a gut feeling one. I don't really have a reason to believe that they should win. But they looked better this past weekend. I believe in this team. I like this team. And maybe considering this is the only match they play this weekend, they come out with extra fucking passion.
Yeah.
And I have Gentlemates winning a close, pretty juggernaut battle on Friday. So maybe they let their foot off the gas a little bit. I think Miami get it done.
I actually want to go back and look for a team that only plays once in that weekend. What is their record, especially in games where they're the underdog? Because if you're game planning specifically for another team, your practice can be centered around watching a lot of VOD on the way they like to play, countering the way they like to play, and making sure that you can beat them. And I wonder if more often in those type of weekends, if an underdog gets to win. I actually kind of want to go back and see if that's a thing.
I'd be interested to see what they come up with.
If they were playing
cool.
if they're playing Gentlemates and someone else this weekend, they would probably game plan a little more for Mates if it wasn't their top team because Mates are really good. But you have a chance to just really spend all your time watching Mates VOD this weekend and figuring out this is exactly the breakoffs they like in SND, or this is how they like to play retakes, or how they like to rotate the ball and over. I don't know. Be interesting.
It would be.
Interesting thing to think about. All right, then we go to another one that's low-key a banger. Ravens versus Thieves. Or Thieves have 3-0'd the Ravens the last 5 times in a row.
Holy shit.
Which means Ravens are going to 3-0 LAT this time.
Holy.
I'm going with my boys, man. I'm going with my boys. I'm going another LAT 3-1. I think Ravens have a tough schedule. I think they maybe catch a little short end of the stick. And I can't predict them. I can't predict LAT to lose to anybody that's not another top 3, top 4 team. So I'm going 2-0 this weekend. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'm going to go Carolina in a Game 5.
I'm going Carolina versus Optic. I don't give a fuck.
I'm
I'm
gonna go
trolling.
Carolina in Game 5. I think this is an absolute exceed masterclass. And Scrappy's gonna be absolutely befuddled as to how this dude came in and just started wrecking shit. 112 kills for Exceed in this series and a Game 5 win for Carolina.
Oh
Calling
my
it now.
god, please no. Please no. All right, last one of the weekend. We got FaZe versus Surge. I'm going 3-0 FaZe.
Why would they save this for the last series
Maybe they
before a
thought
major?
Surge was going to be better when they made the
This
schedule.
is Hydrogen Bomb versus Coughing Baby, is what this is.
Coughing baby. This is Hydrogen Bomb versus baby with no limbs.
Why would they do this to Surge? All right.
Yeah.
Well, that was brutal.
Those are the picks. I
Oh,
mean,
phase 3-0 in case I didn't say
no.
that.
I
Yeah.
think that was clear from your
Okay.
your analogy there. I think like this weekend's matches. I mean, Friday's a pretty good day. I think the first two on Sunday are pretty good. And I mean, maybe game 1 of Saturday solid. Maybe game 3 of Saturday solid. I actually think there's some potential this weekend for some bangers, which means they'll probably all be 3-0s because that's just how that goes. But yeah, those are the Pickems, chat. Those are the Pickems and the tier list and everything else. So, I mean, anything else, Preston? Anything else you wanted to talk about or go over? Or you want to go to bed?
I personally think that Alex doesn't want me to be the minute to win it host. And
You don't want to
he's
play.
pissed. Yeah, he's trying to piss me off. Because I've had questions ready now 2 weeks in a row that have been sitting on my desk and can't be used. And I purposely got new ones ready this week because I asked you some last week. So
Oh, well.
this guy doesn't fuck with me, I guess.
Yeah, whatever, bro. I don't know what's up with this guy, Alex. He's a part-timer. If he hopefully he shows up tomorrow on the pre-show.
Chad, I'm not part-timer. It's Alex.
Well, you're both part-timer, but he's like 1 hour a week. You're like 10 hours a week. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
There
Thank
you
you. No, I'll take that. I'll take that.
You're both part-timers, but you clock in a little more.
Can he be part-timer and I be semi-timer? I think semi-timer
I
is
don't
a
think
little bit more
semi-timer's
than
a thing, to be
part-timer.
fair, but
Yeah, it is now. I
all
made
right,
it.
he's the semi-timer, chat. You heard it here
Thank you.
first.
I am a big bag Zep. You're not wrong. Hey, I went and got fitted for my wedding suit. Bulk season is upon us. I'm telling you now, dude. My waist is the biggest it's been in my life. But it's a purpose bulk. It's a purpose bulk. Now we just got to put on some gains. You know what I'm
There
saying?
you go. There you go. You got.
I wish I
you
could
got
put on some gains in my
you got
cock.
4 months to get gains.
4 months.
4 months
Yeah.
and a little bit.
According to ChatGPT, it's very doable. I put in my goals.
ChatGPT would never lie, chat. It would never lie.
It's telling me that it's good. You know what I'm saying? It's telling me
It's telling them to eat it. It's telling them to eat 14 Twinkies a day.
Yeah, no, it's not. But I'd be able to do that. I definitely would.
We know. I saw Twinkies in the grocery store the other day, and I thought of you.
Did you get them?
No, I almost did. I got Rice Krispie treats though. That was my my gift to myself.
Good, but not Twinkies. You know what I'm saying?
I also got the
Twinkies are
off-brand
just-
ones, so they're not even as good. But it came with 16 for the same price as the regular ones that come with 8. They're like from a pure crispy cost, it was way more worth it.
Yeah, but are you buying off-brand Pop Tarts? Like, no, you're not. So
I mean, it depends. It depends what flavors they got.
You're
I'm all
not
about
buying
saving money, bro.
off-brand Pop Tarts, dude.
I'm all about saving money. That's first and foremost for me.
I respect it. It's just I don't think it's worth it. Gotta get you name brand, man. They're name brand for a reason.
I know. You know what's really good though? These freaking waters, bro, from Aldi. Oh my god, they're so good. Pure Aqua. They need to sponsor us because they're gas. We need to Aldi sponsor. That would be sick.
That would be sick. Hey, look, I have I got a fridge full of Aldi's sparkling water just chilling here. Aldi's is low key goated.
I've had those waters. I think they're ass.
Okay.
Do you like those? I'm guessing you do if you bought them. I can't like.
I'm a big sparkling water fan.
I don't like sparkle. I mean, this is sparkling water too, but it's like very flavored. I can't do like the very mild sparkling waters that don't have a stronger flavor because they just kind of taste like piss.
Oh, I could do any sparkling water. In fact, it could be unflavored and it could just be bubbly water and I could drink it. Yeah.
I can't do it.
I could drink club soda straight up.
No, I can't do it.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
I could.
No.
Yeah. I'm a freak. You know what I'm saying?
In the sheets.
They call me a freak because I like to spit on these pussies before I eat them. You know what I'm saying?
Um.
Sorry. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Well, we just got banned. We just got banned
My
off the
bad.
internet. Thanks for that.
My bad. That's
Thanks
on
for
me.
that. There you go. All right. Well, hey, let's round this out, man. Say your goodbyes.
Oh, Chad, I gotta go to bed, man. I gotta go to
Yeah.
bed. It's late.
So I take it you're not going to be here for Optic vs Ravens tomorrow.
Um, I should be here.
Oh,
I think. I
fire.
think. I
Oh,
don't want to. I don't want to guarantee you that I'll be here. I don't know how crazy work's gonna be, but I should be at minimum in voice comms.
that's good. We'll take that.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll see.
W. All right.
Chad,
Hey.
thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. I'm sorry for the late start. But we
Mm-hmm.
can blame our
Part-timer.
Mexican co-host, our Mr. Alejandro.
Our Mexican
Um,
favorito.
yes, we love him. He's very Mexican, but we love him. We actually love him because he's very Mexican. In case you're curious,
Mm-hmm.
and in case you're even more curious, he's a great cook. He is an absolutely great cook. He's never made food for Jake and I a day in our life, but I know for a fact
What's wrong with
that
this guy?
that man is nice in the kitchen. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys next week. Thursday night, but who knows? Alex probably won't be here.
Yeah,
So
who knows?
who
Who
knows?
knows? But yeah, chat, if you're listening in post, drop a like, sub to the channel, leave a 5-star review, leave a comment on the show. Make sure you follow all the things that can happen on Spotify and YouTube. We appreciate you guys, man. If you love us, if you hate us, you might still be watching. I don't know, because Alex ain't here no more. So who knows if everyone left at this point.
Damn.
But chat, we appreciate you guys. We'll be live, or at least I'll be live the whole weekend with the watch party. These guys will pop in throughout the weekend. And yeah, we'll catch y'all later, man. Peace out. Have a good one.
See ya.